This video was made possible by the good folks at Next Level Racing. To purchase a cockpit setup like mine or any other Next Level Racing products, check out nextlevelracing.com. What's up guys, it's Mike for SimRacing604, and today is all about FOV, or Field of View. And a lot of you running Assetto Corsa Competizione have hit me up with questions, and I'm going to try and answer the 6 most common questions relating to Field of View. And this video is designed around ACC, but it should apply to sim racing as a whole. Just some of the numbers will be different, but we'll get into that. So the 6 most common questions I hear relating to Field of View in Assetto Corsa Competizione. First of all, what is Field of View? Number 2, why it's important to set it correctly. Number 3, can the correct field of view make you faster on the racetrack? Number 4, what is the ideal setting? Number 5, how to set the field of view in the game? And number 6, do you have to use the correct field of view? So let's get into it. We'll start with number 1. What is field of view? Field of view in a game is the first person view. It applies to sim racing and many other types of games. Any game that uses the first person perspective does use a field of view setting, and in sim racing it's typically measured in degrees, and for ACC we use vertical degrees. Some other sims use horizontal degrees, and Racer Racing Experience has its own set of multipliers, but we'll stick to a vertical field of view for now. And basically the higher the number, the more you can see on your screen, which brings us nicely to question 2, which is, why is it important to set the field of view correctly? Wouldn't it just be best to set the field of view to the max and get more on your screen rather than a narrowed down view of the track? And well, yes, ideally a very wide view would allow you to see more of that fancy car interior and more of the opponents beside you on the racetrack. But in sim racing, we also have to be concerned with the third dimension, and more specifically, we're constantly moving forward as we drive. So the role of the field of view is to correctly emulate the view we would have if we were actually seated in the car. And it's like the monitor is our only view window to the track. And so I'll say it again, the role of the field of view is to correctly emulate the view we would have if we were actually seated in the car. So because there's a third view dimension at play, because we're racing down a track, we have to be concerned with spatial awareness and how we perceive distance, and that's why the field of view is so important. So can having this correct field of view in sim racing make you faster? The answer is yes, it definitely can. My own experience in calculating the field of view saved me a few seconds of lap time based on some informal testing. And there's plenty of stories of people running incorrect field of view because they just like it and they're very fast. That's absolutely true. But it's generally accepted in the minds of most sim racers that having a field of view that's ideal or close to ideal will make you more consistent and probably faster. And the reduced lap times can be ascribed to the improved sense of distance. Hitting apexes and staying on the driving line is obviously easier if our brains can more easily perceive and calculate the distance to the edges of the track and the corner apexes. The fourth question, what is your ideal field of view? And you'll notice I said your ideal field of view, not the ideal field of view. And to find what's best for your specific sim racing setup, you need to know 2 pieces of information. First, the size of the monitor you're running and the distance from your eyes to that monitor. That's all you need. And just a quick note for those with alternate setups, the VR field of view is done for you automatically in ACC, and triple monitors currently don't apply to Assetto Corsa Competizione, but if in fact they do add triple monitor support later on, the same degrees of field of view will apply. So once you have those 2 pieces of information, you can head on to one of the calculators. I've listed 2 of them in the description to this video. You can head on over there, enter that information, and it will tell you your ideal field of view. Now, if Assetto Corsa Competizione is not listed on one of those calculators or any other calculator you use, just use Assetto Corsa. They use the same vertical field of view units. So once you've actually figured out what your ideal field of view degrees are, you can go ahead and pause the game mid-session, choose view settings, and change your field of view there. So by now, most of you have paused the game, or some of you have clicked away altogether to try these new field of view settings, and now you're probably back trying to figure out why the heck it looks so wrong. The first time you try a different field of view settings, or if you've been running the default especially, you probably found that the car feels like it's dragging down the straight and you just can't see the dash information you could before, but you're probably really nailing some apexes. So in terms of the sense of speed, you will just get used to it. Yes, it does feel slower when you have a narrower field of view, but probably within about an hour of racing, your mind will already be training itself to perceive the speed as accurate. And as far as the dash information, I can probably help you with that as well. ACC is one of the few games that allows you to not only adjust the field of view, but also the angle and pitch of the driver's seat, the height. You can move it laterally, whatever you want, and get the correct settings for you. So if you want to cut off more of the windshield and show a little bit more dash, you can absolutely do that. Try and keep your field of view settings the same, but you can adjust the pitch, the distance, all that, and get the setting right for you. So after you've made all of those necessary adjustments to the field of view and driving position, you still might not like the view. So what do you do now? Well, you just adjust it more. If moving away from the ideal field of view improves your experience, go for it. Unless you're a highly competitive sim racer, the small differences you'll see between the perfect field of view and slightly less than perfect field of view probably won't matter much. It's maybe worth keeping in mind that the ideal field of view could make you faster, but in my opinion, 99.9% of sim racers should be prioritizing fun over fast. So if the ideal field of view is making you enjoy yourself less, then change it. That should be it, guys. Pretty short video this time. Tried to keep it simple. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email address is in the description to this video, and I'll try and walk you through it. If not, drop a comment, and I'm sure the community can help you out with your specific settings. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.